So I just went down to a local store today to pick up that tap actually for the 6 liter. Um, in the last video, think last video. Um, and the place that I went to is just a really incredible place. They do a lot of industrial parts and supplies and all that kind of stuff. And it's really cool because the guy's got like one of everything. It's just unfucking real the kind of inventory that he has. And I had been looking at these on the internet and everything, and they sure look pretty good quality on the internet, but it's a totally different matter to actually get your hands on it. And in one of my previous videos, I'm pretty sure that I mentioned that these Turbo 2 pre-cleaners do not have a turbine inside of it. And I don't know what the proper name is for this, so I'm just going to call it a turbine. And I was mistaken. They do actually have a little turbine in there. So that was really cool. And everything on this is metal except for this little center section to the turbine here, but all the arms are metal and everything, and the base plate and what have you too. And so this guy sits on top of the base plate like so, and then it's got this screen, which the holes on the screen are roughly, probably in the neighborhood of 5/16, somewhere about that, maybe quarter, I don't know, 3/8 inch. I guess I'll show that again. So holes are smaller than the opening in a 3/8 inch. But the screen sits on top of here like so. And now it's going all cattywampus because I've taken it apart. And then rain cap on top of it like that. And so if any snow or whatever comes down on top of it, then it'll just kind of roll off the sides of the rain cap there. And then, it looks like it's far enough out that it probably wouldn't draw it back in by the airflow. And then I really like that it has a screen on here so that you limit the particle size that can get into the pre-cleaner to begin with. So it's kind of like, I don't know, a couple stage pre-cleaner, whichever way, you want to count all that and what have you. But really like having the screen on there. I wish that that more stuff had a screen before the pre-cleaner. One of my customers got a a square baler that's self-powered, so it doesn't run off the PTO. It's got an engine on it, and he's got this really bitchin' old school pre-cleaner on it. And I'll see if I can dig up a picture of that and maybe put it in the posting or something like that. But anyways, obviously I go full nerdgasm on all this kind of stuff, but I think it's cool, and it's a thing that you put on the piece of equipment, backhoe, whatever, that helps the air filter last longer. So I don't really see any negative there. It is expensive, but the price that I paid locally was actually cheaper than I have been able to find anywhere else, so I couldn't complain about that. But they don't exactly give these things away. There's no doubt about that. But on the other hand, and I guess show the part number there. So that is, if I remember right, it's a model 24 3-inch, I think, and I don't know what the 11's for. But Maine, USA, Cleveland, Ohio. So, it's no Chinese piece of shit, and it's really something when you actually handle it. It's pretty substantial, pretty heavy for being a pre-cleaner. And like I said, it is expensive. They don't give them away, but short of physical damage to this thing, the only thing that I can really imagine happening to it is the bearings in here wearing out, and then you just replace the bearings in there. It looks like if you were to just take this nut off on the top, then you could pull that whole turbine assembly out, and I would assume hopefully relatively easily replace the bearings. But yeah, so anyways, kind of getting sidetracked and distracted here like I seem to always do. But so, yeah, sits together like so, and base plate on the bottom, and sits upward like that. And so it's actually kind of, it's a top-down airflow design, where most other pre-cleaners actually come up from the bottom and then do a 180-degree turn and go down. This is just top-down. So in theory, it should be less restriction, all other things being equal. But you can see, for being a 3-inch pre-cleaner, it is physically a pretty large pre-cleaner. But so the air comes through the screen and then into this little like stator vane assembly here. And then I'll see if I can illustrate this here. I have to hold these guys out of the way. It's got these, yeah, there you go. So as the air spins going through the stator blades there, it'll spin this little turbine deal. And it's actually got, of course it's all painted black, so it's kind of hard to tell, but there's a little piece of sheet metal right here, and the turbine spins in that direction, so counterclockwise, the way we're looking at it right now. And it seems like the purpose for these is to try and help catch the particles, because as this turbine spins around, it'll sling the particles to the outside wall, and then these are tapered in like so, which yeah, I guess that's about the best view you're gonna get of it there. It'll these little fins will help catch the particles and eject them out the bottom. And I already tried this on my backhoe, and my backhoe is a John Deere 310D, and I pulled the screen off and everything, and you can actually see it spinning. And you really can't see shit with the pre-cleaner screen and the rain cap on it, which at first I was kind of annoyed about, because, you know, if the bearings seize up on the turbine here, I want to know about it. But actually, when it's sitting on the machine, and even just with idling, you can actually put your hand underneath it and feel like the air kind of pulsing coming out the bottom of it as this turbine spins past these little vanes here, which is really cool. So you can just stick your hand under it and make sure it's still working. And I'll get this all put together here and go out and install it on my backhoe tomorrow, and hopefully take a video of it tomorrow. There's probably no way that I'm going to be able to, well, fuck it. I guess we'll try. I didn't want, on one hand, I don't want the video to be super crazy long, but on the other hand, I guess if somebody doesn't want to watch it, then fuck them, right? So I'm gonna, oh, actually, this might go together better than I thought. Of course, at the same time, I don't want to speak too soon. So it's got these little spacers, these little machined aluminum spacers to hold the little fin sections out so that they can catch debris as it's spinning around. But yeah, it was really cool and really nice to be able to go into this store that I have locally here and actually get my hands on this thing, because I've seen these things on customers' equipment, but I've never had the opportunity to actually, you know, really get my hands on it and take it apart and everything, because, you know, that's not what I'm there to do. I'm there to work on something else, not goof out and, or goof off and dork out on pre-cleaners. But, fuck, you really just, it does not come across on the video. Is there any way? Okay, yeah, that kind of works. Hopefully you kind of get what's going on there. And so, yeah, these, sit vertically on the piece of equipment, like so, with, you know, that being towards the sky. And it's actually really cool if you see one of these on top of, like, actually, one of my customers has got a pretty good size, words are hard, Olathe tub grinder. And it's got a big cam Cummins in there, and the top of the, like, engine house, for lack of a better term, is flat, and got, like, I don't know, like a 6-inch version of one of these on there or something like that. And it's actually pretty cool how these eject out the bottom, because on the top of that tub grinder, you know, after a day's worth of running, you'll actually see, like, you know, a circle, a ring of debris down underneath it, which, you know, it's nice to see that it's actually working. And I guess I'll, well, hell, I was going to go grab another pre-cleaner, but kind of show the difference. But you can go back and watch some of my other videos. I got one video of a Donaldson pre-cleaner, a top spin on my backhoe ejecting snow. But most other self-ejecting pre-cleaners will eject, like, horizontally out the side, and so it makes it kind of hard to actually see any results from it. Not that they don't work, it's just kind of cool to see one of these turbo pre-cleaners at the end of the day have a big old ring of shit on the bottom of them. And like I said, I know I go full nerdgasm on this kind of stuff, but it's probably at least somebody else out there that does as well. And, you know, I wish I had seen this video before I bought this thing. Not that I'm upset with the quality of it or whatever. It's fantastic quality. I just like to learn as much as possible before spending money on something. All right. So that's the base all put together there. And then there's some little wear marks on this guy for which way was up. And so these stators, and again, one of those things that's probably not going to come across on video, but the stators have little cutouts in them that this screen sits into, like so. And then rain cap on top, and a really nice little